welcome back for another race of F1 Total Division 1, round number 5 here at Interlagos, Brazil. And today, actually for the first time this season, we are two commentators here, and I'm joined by Gabri. Hello.
Hello, Sally, and I'm glad to be back here in the commentating box with you. Yeah, it's been quite a while since we've commentated again together, as you said. So yeah, round 5 will be Brazil at Interlagos. Personally, one of my favorite tracks. It is a fan favorite and driver favorite, and I think it is for you as well. But what do you think about this track, quickly?
Yeah, it's a classic of F1. But yeah, in terms of racing, it's one of the best circuits in the whole calendar. We've seen a lot of spectacular battles in the past, so yeah, we can hope for a great race today.
Yeah, absolutely. Although I have to say, in quite a lot of league races I've done in Brazil, we've had uh, some big numbers of safety cars during the races. So I'm hoping it's not the case today. But yeah, I'm sure we have great racing anyway.
Yeah, that is a thing that we have to deal on every track. But well, we are watching the first drivers coming off the pits and drive the first hot lap of this qualifying session, with the first one being Aiden Jackson. No, Aiden Johnson, not Jackson.
Hayden Johnson.
Gee, it's the real Aiden Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, from the story mode. Well, I don't know if did he race in Singapore or it's his first race here.
Yeah, he made his debut last week, and
Ah,
he got
okay.
he got a podium as well. I mean, he got a podium, and that podium was also the first points for Alfa Romeo in the season.
So there is a lot of work to do for Team Alfa Romeo, as we have his teammate Morris. I don't know if he is reserve or a main driver for Alfa Romeo, but at least he's driving them today. But well, we look at Aiden Johnson. Well, I'm always about to say Aiden Jackson. I don't know why, but he is crossing the line soon and sets the first lap time of this qualifying a 1:8.475, which is already beaten by Jeremy just about. But then Felix goes down on provisional pole a 1:8.181. Sets himself into pole position, and then the next one will be Immortal, who has invalidated, so he will restart his lap now again. And Kevin, who is now on his way to start the hot lap, so no one in or at the end of his lap, but apart from Phantom Fox, who is currently in sector 2, the most probably the most trickiest part of the of this track. But he invalidated his lap time, so he backs out and maybe goes back into the pits. And Morris sets himself into P4 a 1:8.5, so 1/10 behind his teammate. Then there is a Mercedes of no, it's not Nemesis, it's Felix, who is on an in lap, probably. There you go, NLI model will finish his lap soon, and this time it's valid. DRS is open, and the last few meters are on, and third place, a 1:8.4, so very close there between P2 and P4, even P5. They're all within 2/10. Well, there's still plenty of guys who are still on the way to set a lap time, as Kevin finished his lap now and is up into 6th with a 1.88. And yeah, Fleddy, who I guess it's his debut here in F1 Total, has purple in the first sector, hasn't set a lap time yet, so it seems like he is one of the faster guys. But that is a thing that we know by the end of the lap. Also purple in sector 2. Now DRS is open. And he crosses the line soon. Where will he be? He puts himself into provisional pole, goes down into the 7th with a 1.79. He's 2.5 tenths in front of Felix. So strong lap by Fleddy in the AlphaTauri.
So no one is pushing right now, something has his lap validated, and there are Oliver, Phantom and Aiden on their outlaps. So I will use this moment to describe the championship situation a little bit, because after last week's race, Felix is only 9 points behind Kartracer in driver standings, with Nemesis following him in 3rd and Jeremy in 4th position. And also there are only 28 points separating P4 all the way to P20, so that's quite unusual, I have to say. And for constructors, Mercedes and Aston Martin are fighting for the lead. Ferrari, Alpine, McLaren, Red Bull are fighting for the 3rd place and the rest of the midfield, while Williams, Alfa Romeo, Haas and AlphaTauri are in the bottom places. But there is always a lot of potential for the standings to be mixed, especially at a great track like this. So yeah, I'm just very excited to see what's it gonna be.
Yeah, with the DNF of Kartracer last Saturday at Singapore, Felix had obviously a good opportunity to close the gap. And yeah, we have also keep in mind that the race calendar is only 12 races long, so we are already nearly at halfway through the season. So there is still everything to play, but not much space for errors. And yeah, going back on track, PGS Oliver goes also down into the 8th and sets himself onto the front row with a 1.79 as well. He's 4 hundredths away from pole position. So Fleddy stays there. There are still a few people who hasn't set a lap time yet. Especially Nemesis and Kartracer are the guys to look at for the places in front. But also something is not a guy that we need to underestimate. He's also a man who can set himself into the top 5 or even higher. But well, Kartracer has started his lap now. We can stay on board with him and have a look where he's gonna position his car if he can keep up the lap. With a very short first sector, it's a 16.8. I don't have the comparison of the other drivers, unfortunately, but we can look at the race director. Fleddy has a 16.8 as well, so very close until now. But Kartracer is a bit slower.
So Kartracer is approaching the end of Sector 2 right now, and it's gonna be 50.9, so just Pretty much 2 corners left on the last DRS straight. We'll see where the championship leader is gonna put himself for now, with 7 minutes and a half to go into the qualifying session. Katra is about to finish right now, and it's provisional pole position 7.63 tenths from Fleddy, and that's quite a lap.
That is a massive lap. Jeremy also sets himself into P3, separates Fleddy and Oliver. So yeah, a massive lap by Kartracer is in pole position with about a 3/10 gap, or yeah, it is a 3/10 gap to be exact. Also, Nemesis is on his way to finish his first lap time. Currently sitting in last place in P14, so he has to do some. He needs to do something to not lose any positions to the guys in front. There is Aston Martin of, I think it was Jeremy.
That was quite an impeding.
And that was a massive impeding. And that put Nemesis in P6. I don't know if he lost any time with it, but yeah, that was. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not, or if he just didn't see him coming. But that was brave by Jeremy. Well, something will cross the line soon as well. Currently, no, he's not. Never mind. Currently sitting in P13 at a 1.96. And Pinky in P14 hasn't set a lap time yet, so he will try to now. He did the impossible in Div 2 and scored the pole at Singapore. Maybe he can do the same in Div 1.
In the meanwhile, Fleddy has improved over exactly 1/10, but still stays P2 for now.
It's another big improvement for Fleddy, so he stays in second, but there's still 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session. With Pinky being the only one currently on a push lap, that will be we stay on board with the Red Bull. Currently approaching the last corners of Sector 2. .9. And now there you go, all the way flat out to the line. And it will be a 1.87, 12th fastest for Pinky. And let's have a look at the other drivers. Currently only 3 drivers out on track, with Morris currently on a hot lap, so we will see. Currently in P10 with a 1.85. He doesn't need a big improvement to jump some places, so yeah, a small improvement would be enough to gain some positions if we consider the gap in front. But he's improving by a 10th out of Sector 2, and now as well flat out to the start finish line. DRS is on, and now the last few meters of this lap, and it is a 1.78. Okay, 1.78 is third fastest, second row for Morris. So
and it's also the same exact lap of Fleddy, just down to the 1000. Exactly the same.
It is actually the same lap time as Fleddy, but Fleddy did that before, so he stays in front. And yeah, brilliant lap by Morris. And Kevin will cross the line as well, and it is 9 fastest, 4.5 improvement, 1.8.4 for the Alpine. Now everyone is in the pits.
Well, they're coming out now because there are only 2 minutes and a half left, so they're gonna try to go into their last run because that's how much time is left. In the meanwhile, I've been told that there will be no rain in the race, which is excellent news for the drivers, but less exciting news for the commentators since the spectacle will be a little less, and it can rain quite often in Brazil. So I'm not really surprised it's not raining just a little bit.
Maybe it's gonna rain on Wednesday for Div 2, and then there will be a heck of a
I
chaos.
hope not, because I have to drive in there.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, the interesting part of this qualifying is gonna come down to the last minutes of this qualifying, with the drivers coming out of the pits for the last run here in Brazil. Both S-Mines are already retired, so they don't want to make another run. Kartracer is fine with this 1 lap run, but if he stays there, then would be a genius plan, because he would have 2 fresh soft compound tires left for the race, which is obviously ideal. But now, there are some drivers going out for the last run of the qualifying. This is it. This is the run that you need to have to be in front. No more space for errors or anything else. It's would be NLI Immortal who will cross the line soon. Which Phantom? No, it's not Phantom Fox. It's something who's following up, and he's improving by much. But now, NLI Immortal taking a very inside line for the last section. It's a 1.8.9, and Phantom, not Phantom, it's something, sets himself into P4. Felix improves and is on the front row, 1.77, but it's not enough for pole position. Oh, and Fleddy has invalidated. What about Nemesis? What about Nemesis and Phantom Fox? Now Phantom is in the pits, so Nemesis is the next one. And it will be a 1.77, and he sets himself just about in front of his teammate. It's second place. Now Aiden Jones is no, it's Jonathan who will cross the line next. Where will he be? 10th fastest. But can Aiden Jones grab his position back? No, he's not. He's go back into the pits. So that is it. It's pole position for Kartracer. With 1 run, he sets himself in front of the pack, but with both Mercedes just about behind him, and the charge is on for Mercedes and Fleddy behind. But yeah, let's have a look at the results. Kartracer in front of everyone, with a Nemesis completing the front row. Then Felix in 3rd place, Fleddy in 4th, Morris in 5th, PGS Oliver in P6, Jeremy in P7, Something in P8, then Immortal in P9. Jonathan completes the top 10, Aiden Jones in P11, Kevin in P12, Phantom Fox in P13, and then Pinky in P14. So yeah, that's it for this qualifying session, and we hope that the race is gonna be as exciting as the last 80 minutes was. But well,
It's great to see how the fight between Racer and Felix from last season is still going on in the season after. So Felix kind of like looking for revenge, although I wouldn't call it exactly revenge because the fight was very very exciting and very fair, most importantly. But yeah, it's great to see how they're always uh, extremely close to each other, just one behind another, and it's great to see them racing as always in every round of the season. And I hope it stays like this.
yep, and in this kind of battles, the teammates are very important. With Nemesis being or being between Kartracer and Felix, I am very interested to see if it's gonna help or not. But with Jeremy being down the order in 7th, it's gonna take a while until he catches up, and then maybe he can help Kartracer in any point or in any situation. But that is a thing we need to see after everyone has pressed ready and set their strategy. I don't know, to be fair, in terms of strategy. I assume it's a medium hard as always. But
Yeah, it's medium.
yeah, maybe we can see, maybe we will see some bold moves incoming. Well, we are waiting.
It's taking quite a lot. Maybe they're doing
Yeah,
some masterclass strategy. That's why it's loading so much.
but I'm wondering that it's not raining because if you look at the sky, it's very cloudy, very dark. So it's like it's starting on dry, but then it's gonna rain on mid-race, but apparently not.
Well, I'm considering what the driver said based on the in-game forecast.
Yeah.
Although it's not exactly precise, but yeah, it's still cloudy. We may see some surprises. We don't know.
Oh, now it's taking a bit too long, to be fair. Um,
Okay.
there you go.
Oh, there
Now
we
the
go.
5 red lights over the driver, and it slides out, and away we go. Decent start by Kartracer, but also good start by Nemesis. Can he try a move down the inside? No, Kartracer stays in front. Now Fleddy has a look on the inside of Felix, and he passes him and is out now up into 3rd place. Can Felix fight back? Doesn't seem like it. Kartracer stays first with Nemesis following up, and Fleddy right behind them. Seems like pretty clean at the back, so no crashes or anything. So we can have a look at the tires. It is a bit of a few soft runners, but well, we can talk about it later about the strategy. But because there is still a few things that can happen here. Kartracer needs to pull away, but look at Nemesis. He has a lot of straight line speed. He's using ERS. Kartracer is defending the inside line. Nemesis going for the outside, braking on the grass, and he's off. He is off, but he managed to save it. But he now drops down the order. But then there you go, Fleddy on the outside line of Kartracer. Can he make a move down into turn 4? Yes, he can. Fleddy is in the lead. And Felix, he tried to... Oh, and Felix was in the back of Kartracer. What was that? What is going on with Kartracer? He's dropping down.
Is he on AI?
It seems like. Oh, and he spun Jonathan!
Is on AI, and Jonathan spins!
Oh, what is going on? What is going on here?
What is going
There
on?
is. What is going
The
on?
Mercedes! What is
Collision.
happening?
Collision. What a chaos. Collision between Phantom Fox and Nemesis. What is going on?
So Catracer for some reason is going on AI, and that caused so many crashes and spins. It looks like it's driving normally right now, but it was very weird.
To be fair, I
he
think.
made it,
Yeah. I
no,
think
no,
that I think that Catracer had. I know that he's having. Oh, there's Pinky fighting Catracer, but anyway, I know that Catracer sometimes have some sort of issues with his wheel. Maybe he had that and had to go in AI for a short period of time. That caused that threw Felix completely off guard. Which oh, there is something.
Oh, McLaren spins!
Something spun out of the last corner, but I think he reset. He reset on track, which should be a penalty in the rulebooks. But what I was about to say is that yeah, throw Felix complete off guard, and he then drove completely in the back of Catracer. I don't know if he has any damage. I hope for him not, but it seems like his front left. No, it's not. It's not. So it seems like he has no damage, fortunately for him. But yeah, a lot of chaos. Nemesis again off track in the fight with Aiden. After his spin under braking into turn 1. He needs to rebuild his race, and yeah, it's not an easy task. But now there is
Freddy right now.
there's a little train there.
On the soft, so.
Yeah, Freddy is flying, but then there is Jeremy on the inside line of Felix, closes the door, but makes the move done in under braking. But now can Felix fight back on the second DRS straight? Yes, he can, and closes the door as well, and puts himself again up into second place again.
But he needs to not lose as much time battling, because Freddy is pulling away, and is pulling away quite quickly, considering the tire compounds and also him not battling. It was 2 seconds before, it's 2 seconds and a half now, so he needs to pull off from Jeremy's car as quickly as possible.
So yeah, Freddy has a 2.5 second lead. And with Felix fighting Jeremy, it's helping the AlphaTauri even more. But there's still no room for mistakes, as Oliver and Morris are right behind them. But now Jeremy tries again on the inside line, but late braking by Felix, so he stays in front. But now Jeremy has another opportunity, but he doesn't have any ERS left. But now all the way in the second straight into turn 4, and down the inside has the better line. A little contact there. Felix goes off the track, but now look at Oliver. He can pull himself through, but now he's a bit blocked there. But now tries around the outside. It's a difficult move. It's way too difficult to make anything past. But so Felix stays in third. And now Jeremy needs to pull away if he wants any chance of catching Fleddy. But Felix is still there, so he doesn't want to give up so easy, and he has a lot of eras left. But the tire, maybe he just needs to wait until the tires are pretty much done. And now Felix on the inside line going into the center S, and he makes a move down, and there's PJ Oliver who makes contact with Jeremy, and he spins, and Jeremy's in the wall.
And I think there was also some piece of wing flying there. I don't know from which car, but I did see something.
Yeah, that is... It's the wing of Morris. It's the wing of Morris. He was behind and he had nothing to do with anything, but he is the one who takes the damage. And yeah, it's the front left end plate which is missing, which now puts Felix in a lonely second place. Then there is a gap to Oliver, and then there is another gap to Kartracer, who has fought his way back to the top 5, and he is running and he is flying. Morris in the pits, obviously, so new wing for him. And and also picks up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. So that is unfortunate for Morris. But well, we can have a look behind, because there is a massive train going from 5th all the way to P9, with Jonathan and Something are giving nothing to each other. Jonathan defending hard, but still fair, with Something and Kevin, who are waiting behind patiently for their opportunities. Now, Something has the chance, and maybe Kevin can also stick himself into this fight. But now, very close, a very small gap between Something and Jonathan. Now the McLaren has the opportunity, goes for the outside line, going into the center S, but he makes a move down even before the braking zone. But now Jonathan needs to try and have a good exit out of the center S, going all the way to the second DRS zone and to the Deschita do Lago, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of turn 4. But well, he stays behind, so Something is up into P5, and now maybe he can run away on his hards. Kevin sitting
Nemesis
behind.
in the meanwhile has made a move on Aiden, so Nemesis is into the top 10 for now. He's into the points, but Aiden is still staying behind him. They are also on the same tire, and there is still quite a gap to recover from Nemesis to Jeremy.
Yeah, so not the best race that Nemesis has expected. Also in terms of championship, and both, to be fair, but Kartracer has picked up the pace, and he is now close to PGS Oliver, and he is on his way to retake the podium places, which would be very important, as Aiden Jones.
Oh, Aiden crashed!
Is in the wall at the exit, and it's a safety car. It's a safety car. He crashed at the exit of the Senna's, and Aiden is in the wall. Phantom goes in the pits. Let's see the leader. It's probably the best timing for the soft runners to pit, to make a soft hard, and probably everyone will pit. Going for hard compound tires, and then all the way to the end in 26 laps on the hards are possible.
Well,
Fleddy,
they could try, but it's a very big error. It's not exactly the safest option in terms of tire wear, but yeah, they still need to use the free pit stops on the safety car. But I'm not sure if the odds will last to the end. Freddy is actually putting softs.
Fleddy is going for a two-stopper there. Felix on the hards, Oliver, Cartrace, and something as well. No, something is on mediums, so he's on a two-stopper as well. And yeah, Fleddy now has catched up on the safety car. But yeah, interesting choice. So obviously everyone who started on the hards is pitting for mediums and is making a two-stop because the mediums won't last till the end. I assume that everyone on hards can drive till the end. And it's gonna be a bit tricky for the last part of this race. But with Fleddy on the softs, this is yeah, very interesting. A very interesting choice. So yeah, his plan is probably to run away as much as possible. He obviously has no one in front of him. So it's probably gonna be like 10 laps of full push for Fleddy to pull a gap on Felix and the rest.
Looking at the map, the safety car will probably come into the next lap. So the grid is stacked up until P11. We're only missing Phantom and Immortal, but they're not too far away. So we will go back racing in lap 13.
We're just waiting for the AlphaTauri of Immortal to catch up on the pack, which he's doing in the next couple of seconds. So the safety car will probably come drive back into the pit lane in this lap. And indeed it is. So, safety car in this lap. Fleddy is still in the lead of this race with an interesting strategy choice. But we will see if it's gonna work. Maybe he's also gambling for another safety car in the end, but there he goes. No, he doesn't. But now he is, and Felix managed to stay with him. But he's a bit too far away to try anything. But now, let's we need to see the pace of Fleddy and the rest of it.
So Fleddy, looking with a very solid restart after safety car, is already pulling quite a gap, although it is to expect considering the tire difference. But the hard runners are staying very close to each other, not attempting a move quite yet, since it's only the first lap of the restart. But they are indeed forming a train which will have DRS in the next couple of laps.
There was a little battle between Jeremy and Nemesis for P9, but Jeremy under braking lost the car, and now Morris side by side with Nemesis just behind him. They're going 3 wide all the way down, and there was a little contact, but now we will see under braking who's gonna be late on the brakes. Jeremy around the outside of Morris. It's not gonna work. Morris stays in front, but now Nemesis then had a great exit, but Jeremy nearly lost the car there, but which ruins his run out of the center S. But now Nemesis, he's a bit too far away to try anything, but maybe on the exit. No, he is too far away, so he stays in P11. Fleddy already has a 1.5 second gap to Felix, which is very important. And Oliver,
I think
and
we should also watch out for something, because he has the mediums, so he has a little bit of a chance to attack the hard runners, but he needs to do it quickly, otherwise the compounds will just drop off in the difference. But yeah, let's just keep an eye on him, because he may do something. Something may do something.
He may do something, as you said, but yeah, he needs to do it in the next couple of laps, as PGS Oliver picks up the first time penalty of this race, as we are nearly halfway through it, with lap 15 out of 36. But now DRS is enabled, so the overtakes are on, and as you can see on the map, the field is a little bit spread out, with like 3 major packs, the top runners, and then the little pack of P6 to P9, and then the rest. And now Oliver versus Felix. Does he have the run? But he maybe is a bit too far away. But he has another chance, a little moment there for Oliver. But now going all the way down to the Cheetah de Largo, having the inside line, goes a bit off there, Felix, but everything clean, and Oliver stays in second, goes a bit wide there, going up the hill, but he stays in second place. Kartracer is watching this from behind and maybe just waiting for any opportunity. Let's have a look at the back, because the race is also on there. With Morris now having a run on Jonathan. Probably gonna be an easy move, as Kartracer is side by side with Felix going into turn 1. Felix late under braking, and he grabs up third place once again. That will these fights are probably costing these guys a lot of time, considering Fleddy is 2.5 in front already.
Well, it is costing some time, but with 6 laps, I think the softs are showing quite some tire compared to the hards, because I think the gap would have been bigger if the tire didn't kick in. So maybe the hard runners are actually catching him.
Yeah, so the tire disadvantage is actually not that much. And yeah, the most advantage that Fleddy had is already gone. But now Felix, I know it's Kartracer down the inside of Felix, but he stays behind, and now maybe having a better exit. Maybe he can try a move, but Felix is using his ERS to build a gap and let something who comes out of nowhere and is up into P4, and maybe these are the chances that something needs to use to make any positions. And now yeah, something splits Felix and Kartracer. But yeah, you can see on the gap the softs aren't that great anymore, and Oliver's catching. He's catching pretty hard, and the point is, if Fleddy pits now, he will be last by a big gap, and it would need quite a bit of time to re-overtake everyone, as something Kartracer and Felix 3 wide into turn 1. Kartracer has the inside line, and he makes a double overtake. Massive move by Kartracer and up into third place. Wow, that has been very brave by Kartracer. And now that means something is again all the way into 5th position. And Felix is in P4. And Oliver is driving a bit for his own. He's still there in the fight, so nothing
Immortal!
that can Immortal has lost it, and that is probably the best chance for Fleddy to pit. If he wants to pit, because he needs to, then he has to pit now. But he doesn't.
He's not.
He is not. So he stays out, and something goes in the pits. Same goes for Pinky. Yeah, that's it. So something and Pinky are going into the pits for a new set of mediums, and Pinky goes for hearts.
So Immortal crashing out of turn 7 has brought out the Vitro safety car, neutralizing the race for a little bit, but we should have green flags soon. We are 20 laps into the 36, so 16 laps left of racing, and the tire compound, so with the strategies, is gonna be very very mixed, because Fleddy is not pitting. The hard runners will try to go to the end, but it will be very hard. We know what the mediums runner could do.
Oliver with a drive-through penalty. Oliver has a drive-through penalty.
That's the last thing he wanted, absolutely. It could have been just a track clean penalty, which could have made him lose some position, but now he has to drive in speed for speeding. And yeah, that's very unfortunate. It is quite frustrating when you just have the red delta, and you can't slow down as much, and you just get the penalty. It's very frustrating. And
yeah,
suddenly
now
it
that
happened.
is unfortunate. He still comes. No, he doesn't. So he is in line with something. But he comes up behind, and that is unfortunate for PGS Oliver. He was in second place. He had a massive opportunity. I mean, he had this 3-second time penalty, but with Fleddy still needing to pit, he was in the lead, and or he would have been in the lead. But yeah, that is not gonna happen probably. But Fleddy still out, and he is staying in the lead, not going into the pits, and now Kartracer's catching. He's still a bit under pressure from Felix, but a bit of a safety gap from between Kartracer and Felix. Let's have a look behind, because there is a massive lead that I completely missed. 3 wide going into turn 4, and Jeremy has done the same as his teammate did earlier in the race. Double move into the braking zone, and Jeremy's up into 5th place, and maybe with if he can keep up his pace, he can maybe catch up on Morris, who is probably gonna pit anyways. But we can have a look on his gap to Felix. So a podium is not impossible. Depends on Jeremy's pace.
Yeah, all of the midfield guys are effectively battling for the podium, since Fleddy is definitely gonna pit. If he doesn't pit, the place will just drop off massively. We don't know about Morris, but it is gonna be vulnerable to the midfield guys with the Hans, so they are effectively fighting for the podium. Jeremy might catch up, Kevin might catch up, Nemesis might do it, Jonathan might do it, and we have 13 laps to find it out.
So yeah, Kartracer has already catched up to Fleddy. He is on his way to retake his lead after the chaos that has happened on the first couple of laps. But he fought his way all the way back onto 2nd place, and now he is on his way to lead this race as Fleddy pits, and that is a free overtake for Felix, for Felix as well, but obviously for Kartracer. But now let's see, where's Fleddy coming out, and he is pitting for mediums, and he will come down into probably P10. He is in line with Oliver, but he just about comes out in front of him. So it's P10 for Fleddy, and he has 12 laps to go to fight his way back, and it won't be an easy task. But
something is on pressure mediums, so he can catch up to all guys in front. He can do many overtakes in the following laps. So it will be interesting to see where he finishes.
Yeah, he can, and he has to. And now he is right behind Kevin. He has a much better exit, and he's having the outside line, going to the start-finish line has the better run and makes the move done on Kevin. And now he's up into P5, P7, what the fuck. But with Jonathan, Nemesis and Jeremy, who are fighting each other, and now Nemesis up into P4. So yeah, a comeback that was a bit under radar if you consider the things that happened in early part of the race. And Nemesis is up into 4th place, with Morris probably gonna pit. So yeah, there is a chance for a double podium for either Mercedes or Aston, which is gonna be massive in terms of championship. They both need every points that they can get, But now something on his way to pass Jonathan. But Jonathan has DRS. But Nemesis takes the slipstream, goes for the outside line, having also a slipstream from the guys in front, late braking, and he nearly completely missed the corner, but stays in front and up into 6th place, and now he can fight the two guys in front. He has the tire advantage. So these are probably the best few laps for something to grab himself a 4th place, or maybe even more.
Right now, Aston Martin will be gaining 5 points on Mercedes, which can help them quite a lot, but something is a very big threat to that championship situation. He's very close to Jeremy, and he might be very close to Nemesis in the following laps. And he's just flying on those pressure mediums.
He indeed is, and now something is right behind Jeremy, who also has the DRS of Nemesis. So now something needs to prepare this overtake as much as possible. He has a little better run on Jeremy, but he's probably not enough as Jeremy having a look on the inside, but stays behind. But maybe now something can he stick himself on the inside line? No, he's not. It's not a good spot to overtake, but look at him. He's so much faster. Maybe also a little tap there at the rear wing of Jeremy. So maybe something needs to make another move, another sort of move on Jeremy. He needs an idea, because with just DRS it's not gonna be enough. Or probably not gonna be enough. But yeah, but now Jeremy with the DRS on the inside line of Nemesis and goes up into 4th place. And now Nemesis has another opportunity to retake 4th place, going for the inside line and passing it again. So it's a little contact there. Optimistic move by Jeremy. Will it cost him probably 2 or maybe 3 positions? Now he is down into 7th as Fleddy. Where did he come from? Where did he came from? He is now in P6 and he is completely in the middle in this fight with even fresher mediums as something does. But now there is a massive opportunity for something to pass Nemesis, because the hearts are gonna be probably over 50%, I'm assuming. So now something and Fleddy are passing, and Fleddy is on the inside. On the inside line, but something stays there. But Fleddy now has the DRS out of the CNRS and probably making a move even before the braking zone. And now Fleddy is up into 4th place. 3.2 seconds between Fleddy and Morris. Oliver grabs the fastest lap of this race. So an extra point, probably his only point for this race as it stands. But the medium runners are flying, as Morris will probably stay out. And he maybe try to make the best out of it from these mediums, because they are 18 laps old and there would probably be 70% or higher by the end of the lap. this is an interesting thing to see.
So the two-stop strategy actually worked perfectly for Fleddy. He's just flying through the entire field and has a very big chance of getting the podium, despite having the two stops, because all the guys just made one stop and are going so slowly. So Fleddy actually did a masterclass with the strategy.
To be fair, I need to disagree with you, because yeah, the strategy worked, and the point that he is on his way to retake his podium. But if you can consider that he was in the lead by the time he stopped, yeah, he could have been a bit more probably than I'm saying just third place. But yeah, maybe he can try and catch up on Felix, but that is probably the maximum he can get. And now Fleddy on the inside, an easy move on Morris, so he takes third place again up into the podium, and now he has a 3-second gap on Felix. But then, yeah, another 5.5-second gap on Kartracer as he is flying there in front. But yeah, with just a bit more than 5 laps to go, the time runs out for Fleddy. He is catching a lot, actually, on Felix. So maybe we will actually see something. Nemesis and Jeremy are still there with something, but yeah, they are barely in the DRS.
Fleddy right now is on the chart to get P2 from Felix and is gaining quite a lot. He gained 1.5 seconds in only one lap. He hasn't gained a lot of Kartracer, but he's definitely gaining on Felix. So the podium will very likely be Kartracer, Fleddy and Felix, considering the situation right now.
It is indeed, or will probably be like that, if nothing unpredicted happened. But, well, now Fleddy has catched up to Felix and is probably gonna pass him at the end of this lap. But then he has 6 seconds to carry Oliver. Oh, there's a safety car.
Wait, but Oliver got a penalty for corner cutting. I think he may have crashed on purpose. I don't want to accuse anything, but it just looked like a very unusual crash.
Yeah.
I mean, causing a safety car that late, getting a corner cutting in the process, that looks suspicious.
Oh, and Kartracer has already passed the pit lane. Jonathan also stays out. And everyone in the pits. This is Abu Dhabi 2021 all over again. Just not the last race of the season, but holy shit. That is gonna be... Yeah, okay, but Kartracer didn't catch up on safety car queue. So I don't know if Felix or the guys who have pit now can take any advantage, because they have a delta. But yeah, a late safety car for the last laps of this Brazilian Grand Prix. Now Kartracer's in the pits. Jonathan stayed out. Does he want to make an heroic move? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It would have been a massive Jonathan move to just stay out and hope. But no, he goes into the pit lane. Now let's see. Okay, Kartracer comes out in front pretty easily.
I'm actually surprised the safety car even came out this late, because with 4 laps, I think
Yeah.
that's just the absolute maximum of laps that can allow the safety car to go into the track.
Yeah, I didn't expect it either. So yeah, I'm probably gonna
We
be out
made the
for like
7
one lap. I don't know if we are even gonna wait for Phantom Fox to even catch up. I think that the safety car's gonna come in this lap already, because otherwise we are only having one lap of racing. With Pinky,
So essentially, we're gonna see qualifying laps to
Yeah.
decide the win and the podium.
there actually is a safety car in this lap. Phantom won't be able to catch up. Pinky just about made it. But now, 2 laps to go to decide the winner of this race. Kartracer leads the pack, with Felix right behind him. And he is off. He is off, and he... Now, Fleddy down the inside having a look, but he stays there, and there are wings flying at the back. I don't know from who. But Kartracer stays in front, Felix in second, and Fleddy third. Actually, Morris' strategy, it was perfect to stay out, but now he is under massive pressure, and it was his wing again. Again, the front left end plate from Morris is missing once again. He had the perfect strategy, but now he is losing place after place. Yeah, that is unfortunate for him once again. And now Jonathan trying a move around the outside, but didn't quite work. But now let's have a look in front, because Kartracer has a massive gap of 6 tenths. Won't be enough. And the DRS is also enabled, and it won't be enabled anymore, as Morris retires. So no points for him. And now Felix, one last opportunity for him. He doesn't have any ERS left, but same goes for Kartracer. He has a little bit more. Kevin with 3-second time penalty. Now side by side with Pinky, who makes the move down. But let's have a look in front, because there are a couple more corners that separate Kartracer and the start finish line. Felix is catching. He's trying everything, but it's just not enough. He's way too far back. He doesn't have ERS or DRS, so nothing to attack, and he's a bit too far away. And this is probably it, as Kartracer runs down for one last time, and he wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. And these are massive points for a championship and redemption for last week's race at Singapore. Felix has tried everything, but just wasn't enough. Finishes right behind him in second place. But yeah, that is it for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Kartracer grabs some very, very important 26 points with the fastest lap. And yeah, it has been a very chaotic race, a very exciting race. But yeah, we can have a look at the final standings as Kartracer is on the top step of the podium with Felix in second and Fleddy in P3. Then something in P4, Jeremy in P5, Nemesis in P6, Jonathan P7, Pinky in P8, Kevin Carl in P9, and then Phantom Fox completes the top 10. Morris is DNF, same goes for Oliver, Immortal, and then Aiden Jones in P14. But yeah, that has been a very chaotic Brazilian Grand Prix, and well, that is it for this race. We see you on Wednesday for the Brazilian Grand Prix in Div 2, and then next Saturday for yeah, I'm surprised it's in the calendar for China. It's not a race that not a track that you see in every calendar, but yeah, that is for my part. Do you have anything to say, Gabri?
Nothing. Just can't wait to finish ahead of you in Brazil.
That is not gonna happen, but
Yeah, sure.
but yeah, that's it for today. Yeah, I'm glad that I was in the commentary box once again with you. But yeah, see you next time, and bye bye.